We live, baby.
I can hear you.
You can hear me?
Yep, you're good. Sound clear.
All right.
Yes. Welcome back to another episode of But Watch This Though. I am nobody. Always trying to tell everybody about somebody who can save anybody, and that is Jesus the Christ. I am Mama Ducks, Baby Duck, Mr. No Ducks himself. Quack, quack. Let's talk about it. Man, I got a good show for y'all today, man. Man, I've been knowing this brother since about 2007. But before we get into that, man, y'all know later on today we got the WWE pay-per-view Clash in Paris, man. I got the Roman Reigns shirt on, feeling Uzi. Y'all know he about to go up against Jacob Fatu. Got to throw the ones up for the tribal chief, man. But watch this though. But anyway, man, I got the bro in the house, man, Mr. Freeze, Ice Water Productions, man. Man, the brother write, the brother do beats, the brother shoot videos, the brother just all over the place, man. Say, Freeze, introduce yourself to my but watch this though audience, man. Let them know
What
who
up?
you are,
What
where you
up?
come from, and everything.
Y'all appreciate you having me on the show this morning, man. Watch this. My boy Wyatt, we've been linked in probably more than a whole generation. You know what I'm saying? Had an opportunity to go on an adventure back in the day doing music, traveling around with a couple of other, some good guys that became long-term partners, people that God put in your life and bring back around. You might kind of lose touch for a short period of time, but people that's supposed to be in your circle gonna always circle back around and come back. So,
Man.
I'm here to support my boy and what he got going on, and also at the same time give praises to the Most High and let people know that hey, you can be nobody and you can still help somebody.
Let's go. Not say, you called me Wire. You'll be surprised, man. The people on my platform, unless they follow me from Facebook,
Oh,
they don't even know me by that name,
they
man.
don't
But
know
when
you
you
by
could
it.
you
Yeah,
imagine?
yeah.
Could you no
Mr.
no no I ain't
Nobody.
saying
But you
stop.
somebody to me, you know what I'm saying? So
You already know. I was finna get into that. Like I was saying, I know we had met each other around like 2007 because the Gutterville album came out in like 2008, and I was a part of the CEO, the dude with the money. He brought me and my clique into it. You was a part of the president side, and he brought you, Comp and Dub into it, man. And when we first met y'all, we definitely thinking competition. You know what I'm saying? We want to be whichever group it was, you know what I'm saying? We want to be the top group for the label so we can get the most pushes. But once we got to know each other, man, got to meet up with each other, started writing together, making music together, traveling together, I was telling people about this, I think last time I was live, like we got vehicles that got our face wrapped on it, bro. Like, we got
yeah.
posters, flyers. We was traveling throughout Texas, man, from Dallas to Houston to Austin, like literally going on road trips, doing shows and all that good stuff, man.
down, down
What
to
do you
the
remember about them
country.
days?
Man, riding on that van and just having everybody on that van and really everywhere we went when we did Gutterville, Fresh would always make sure he had all his artists with him, you know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, that's right,
He'll
man.
have everybody pull up, even if we finna do one person song, if G
Yeah, we
Skill
all
finna
there.
sing or P.I. finna sing, or if I'm finna do a song or you and Cat finna do a song, he gonna come make sure everybody in there because he was family oriented, you know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? We were
it
joking
was
about
all
it at the
love.
time, but basically he was trying to bring that bond, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah,
and had that family oriented. And that's one thing I remember about it. At first it was a little tense. I remember the first time we met. We met on that park bench when Fresh, I think Fresh came and got us that day. And you and Kat was already there, and me, Comp,
yeah.
and Dub, and then we was all sitting on that park bench, just kind of hashing it out like, man, what you think, man? You think this legit, man? I mean, man, talking about he about to do some,
Right.
we were hashing out, just trying to figure out what's what and where we fit in that thing. And as the
Finna-
time went by,
Hey,
we
Free, I'm
start
finna show you something real
recognizing
quick.
the talents.
Finna show you
Start
something real quick while
seeing.
you're talking.
Say it
While you're
again.
talking, look at this. I'm finna show you something real quick while you're talking. Do you remember that? Can you see it?
I I can see it, but I can't see it.
I'll
I
send this picture
need
to you.
that.
I'll send the picture. That's one I owe, but I got them. I got one of the old, but this is like the second flyer. I got the, post. I got the flyers, man. I still got the albums, bro. Like I still got all that stuff, man.
I need all that, you know what I'm saying? I
Send it to
had
you.
a couple of hard copies, but you know, we was out there in the streets. We were master
Yeah, for
picking and
real. Yeah,
trunking it.
yeah,
So we were
yeah,
trunking them CDs. So I was selling
yeah.
everything I had, everything I could get my hands on. I was trying to turn it into digital,
Turn
you
it
know
into
what I'm saying,
something.
into some money, you know. So I don't have no more copies, but you know, I'm so
Nah,
glad that you've been able to hold on to everything. I don't have a shirt no more, bro. I
I
had my
think I got the shirt
Gutterfield
somewhere.
shirt. I all my stuff I can't find it, but the best thing about it, I still been able to keep in contact with y'all. Still talk to Kelly, still
Yeah,
talk to Fresh.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
just got back in contact. I ain't seen G Skills in a minute. He probably the only
I ain't see.
person
Yeah,
that I haven't seen him in minutes. But other than that, you know, everybody on this side been good. Dub, you know, we just praying for everybody, bro. But
yeah, yeah,
it
yeah.
was some crazy days, man. Like that one trip we went down there to, I believe it was Houston.
Houston, Mr.
And
Baghdad, call him Mr. Hit That. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, and
We
Big
opened up for
Tuck and
him.
all them were down there.
Hmm.
And we had a person, I ain't gonna say no names, I'm not gonna bring no names up, but they they promised us the main stage and we got down there and they had us performing
On
on
the
some
second, yeah,
backstage in front of
yeah.
kids.
I remember that. Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
man, that didn't go well. That did not
Sorry,
go
man.
well, man.
Too many people, man. Too many hands in the pot. You know, once our little name started buzzing around the city, you know, other people, other outsiders want to come in and act as if they wanted. You know, I'm gonna be the manager. I'm gonna be the promoter. I'm gonna be the. And some money
Yeah,
went out to some people that it probably shouldn't have went to. But I mean, it didn't come out of our pockets. But just saying,
yeah.
you know,
It
you
was a
know,
lot. It was a lot going on, man. I promise you, if we'd have invested in a camera crew, we'd be
or something.
super
Yeah.
millionaires right now. Welcome to Gutterville. That would have been the best TV show you'd ever seen in
I
your
mean,
life.
I mean, but for the time period, think about it, bro. We was on TV twice. You know, the TV shows that came
Yeah,
down here, we actually was on TV. We actually was making some moves, bro.
yeah.
I remember
Tricks in
that
the
same
hat.
trip, tricks in the hat, right there. Yeah,
Yeah, Donna
uh,
Garza.
down in Gaza. You know what I'm saying? That same trip you was talking about in H Town, when we was coming back from H Town, you remember we had stopped at a Denny's, and you and everybody else, y'all was at one table. Me, Pig, the accountant, and my girl, we was at another table. And that's the night that me and Pig decided that, man, what are we doing with this rap stuff, man? We don't want to rap no more. We want to go start a church and go and build the church and all that stuff. And that's what we did. You know, we left Gutterville, went to go build the church. You know what I'm saying? It stayed up for about 10, 15 years, man. You know, so that's where I come in at and where I'm at now. You know what I'm saying? Do you remember that? Do you remember when P.I. was a pastor?
Oh yeah, yeah. I remember that. Pastor
Yeah,
P. Yeah, I
Pastor
remember,
P,
man.
Pastor P.
We couldn't really believe it because it was like that's when I know that's how you gotta know God is real. The transition
He
that
was
man went through.
he was out there bad.
We could never keep that man sober.
Hey,
Pi would drink and he would come around skunk drunk.
ass out,
And the
man.
complete transition that he went through, just 100% flipped over, quit drinking, you know what I'm saying, became a pastor, got his own congregation. Like, it was a complete change, you know what I'm
Not for
saying?
real, man. So
That just
speaking of
got to
that,
let you know.
now that the power of God is real, like you're saying. I mean, some stuff ain't just all about, hey, show me God, let me touch him, let me. Nah, you can know God is real just by the way that He do things in a person's life. Can't nobody change that for you once you have that experience. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So speaking of that subject, you know, we done got all the mushy stuff on out the way, man. We're gonna go and get to what we actually here for, man. We was having a conversation after we had hooked back up, you know, and of course we can reminisce on the old times forever, but we had never talked about, you know, the Bible or religion or spirituality. Even though we've been knowing each other for this long, it's kind of crazy that we've never sat down and just talked about that topic, man. So I kind of wanted to give us the opportunity today and kind of pick up where we left off at last time. And if you remember, I was asking you, you know, about the Bible, the Quran, or Buddhism, Hinduism. Do do everybody get a chance to go to God, or is the Bible true? Only Christians are going to heaven, or is the Quran true? Only Muslims? What's your worldview when it comes to like all the different religions and denominations, and how do you see
So
who go
so
to heaven or who go to hell or whatever like that?
all right. So when I step out, let me say this first, and I hope everybody listening and understand this. This is my personal opinion, my personal dealings of with God. This is not something that I read in a book. This is not something that somebody told me. The way I feel comes from personal experience, from my own understanding, from my own reading, from my own experiences of things. And what I have come to understand just from 47 years, thank God for that, 47 years of life, 6 kids, a praying mama, a very spiritual family, a grandmama that actually brought my sister back to life. This is a true story. Back in the day, they had a newspaper called the Good Newspaper. It was a Christian newspaper. My sister, she was a baby. She had stopped breathing. This is a story that they told all the way up until these people got so old that, sometimes they memory lapsing, but she had stopped breathing. And my grandmother's so spiritual, she grabbed her up and wrapped her in this good newspaper and sat there and just started praying. And guess what? Breath of life came
Wow,
back to her. You know what I'm saying?
wow.
God brought her back. I me, I know, and this is one thing that I was always taught. He said before he come back and destroy this world, he gonna allow every ear to be able to hear the
Come
gospel.
on now,
So he
you in
gonna
that Bible
allow
now?
everybody to hear the word. You know what I'm saying? Everybody gonna hear the word, but it's on you if you're going to accept the word. It don't matter if you're Muslim. It don't matter if you're Buddhist. It don't matter if you're black, white, old, young. Young people die, old people die, Buddhists die, black people die. We all gotta pass. Our spirit gonna go somewhere. Your flesh
I,
gonna
I
pass.
want to
Your
ask you
spirit
something.
gotta go. Say,
I
go
want to ask you
ahead.
something, Fred. I got a little pushback for you. When you said that it is said that everybody gonna hear the word, what is the word?
The word is the Bible. That is the word.
Well, let's
So
go.
the
Jesus
reason I
Christ.
say this man asked me a question. I did door-to-door sales, selling AT&T for like 8 years. I got to meet a lot of people. I traveled to probably like 30, 40 some different states within the US.
Mm.
I've dealt with every race of person. I've had to take my shoes off to sit on the couch with Asian and Muslim people, like real Muslims, not black Muslim, but
Yeah, like
Indian
NOI. Yeah,
Indian
real
people.
Muslims. Yeah.
Had to take my shoes off respectfully to come in their houses. I've actually sat on the couch with people with Confederate flags hanging on their porch when I was in South Carolina. It was more Confederate flags flying than American flags. How the cowboy flags all over their houses. That's how it is in South Carolina, except it's that big Dixie flag hanging everywhere.
Yeah.
But what I learned was people accept you how you come to them. And one thing that I learned, everybody is gonna get a chance. You got all these different doctrines out here. You got all these different determinations. But I was
Yeah.
telling the story of with the sales. I'll knock this guy's door. I didn't know he was a pastor at the time. I'm trying to get a sale so I can go home doing AT&T. He was like, "Say, I'm not gonna buy nothing, but if I can give you a little bit of game, you know what I'm saying? Like I could probably help you. Would you listen?" I was like, "Sure." He was like, do you understand the relationship that God want with you?" He was like, "Do
Mm.
you understand what intimacy means?" I was like, "I know what intimacy mean.
Yeah, sex.
Intimacy mean." He was like, "No, no, no."
All
He
right.
was like, "Intimacy." He said, "I'm not talking about sex. Everybody think when they hear the word intimacy, they think sexual. That's not what it means." He said, "God want an intimate relationship with us, meaning that you understand him inside and out the same way that he understands you.
Relationship.
When you intimate with somebody, that means you understand them. You have an intimate relationship. You understand how they move. You understand their thoughts. You understand why they did something. It's more than a sexual feeling. It's
Right.
understanding a person in a whole. And this is the type of relationship that God wants with us. But we search out all kind of other things in the world and try to understand everything else and won't put effort in to try to understand him.
You sound like
So
a
we
Christian,
have a
bro.
lot of
Are
confusion.
are you a Christian, bro? You sound like you're a Christian up here this morning.
I am not a Christian. I was raised in Christian environments. I've been around holiness. You know, when I came to Texas, I learned about the you know, you go to church on what Tuesday, Wednesday, you go Saturday is the
Yeah,
Sabbath,
yeah,
and then you
yeah.
come back on Sunday. But I've also had my own personal dealings with God. And what he showed me is that it don't matter who you are or what position you in, he's still there for you. I'm gonna give you another story real quick, man.
Yeah, go ahead.
And this is the reason why I'm so open, even though I'm gonna say I'm in between riding the fence of a
Still
sinner
searching. Yeah.
and getting together.
Yeah.
I was driving one night, it was late. I had been drinking, smoking, chilling, and I was going to do something out of, messing off. And I was doing music, so I was listening to instrumentals, I was freestyling, and I said something that was real cool. And I don't even remember what I said. But I said to myself at that moment, I said, man, that was cool. That could probably help somebody. But who am I to try to tell somebody something?
What
And
the,
God
yeah.
spoke to me right in that moment. I remember it like it was yesterday. He said, if everybody wait until they perfect to
You
bring
ain't
a
gonna
message. He said, no, he
nobody.
said, if
There we
everybody
go.
wait until they perfect to say the right thing, how many people gonna miss the message?
There we go. There we go.
He said, if everybody wait until they perfect to say the right thing, how many people gonna miss the message? You gonna walk past so many people that you could have
Hey,
helped, but you felt like you ain't in a position to say nothing to nobody, so you hold it in yourself. We are walking prophets. Them people that walk with Jesus, them 12 disciples, were some of the worst men on earth. He
yeah,
chose some of the worst of the
yeah,
worst
yeah.
so he can show you that he can transition anybody.
Anybody. It's
How
a
do
heart
we
thing.
feel we can't be a better person when he took murderers, rapists, killers, liars, thieves, prostitutes? He took the worst of the worst people and they rolled with Jesus and they were still sinning. Peter still lied when I don't know that, man. He
I
said the
don't know that
rooster gonna
dude.
crow 3 times. You gonna deny me 3 times before the
Yeah,
rooster crow. So he was still lying, and he was one of Jesus' number one under the breast.
showing that
Right
they was
there,
regular people.
Judas was
Yeah,
one of his number one disciples.
yeah. Showing that they were still humans. That's one thing I like about the Bible when it comes to the gospel. Now, you know me, um, I take on the title Christian. Christian just means follower of Christ. If Jesus didn't die and raise from the dead, then I wouldn't be following him either. Him being the only person that we have in history, Jesus is the reason why we are on the year 2026 to this day. Whenever we look back in history and we count from 2026 down to one, and then we go to BC and count from one back up, all this because of Jesus, man. It ain't because of Muhammad, it ain't because of Buddha, it ain't because of nobody, no other man, no other person could take credit for stopping time and starting it over again. You know what I'm saying? You was right when you were saying that everybody gonna get a chance to hear the word. Now, I know you said that you ain't really tripping on what you read from a book, but that comes from that book. That comes from what people know as the word of God, and Jesus is the word. And him being now, I'm not saying a person can't be good according to what we call good. Like a person could give to the poor, they can feed the homeless and all that, but those are just good deeds on the outside. If their sins are not forgiven according to the doctrine that I believe, you being a good person, you doing good stuff, God don't need your goodness. You know what I'm saying? He needs you to follow him. He needs you to follow his word. He don't need your dollars. He don't need you know what I'm saying, cents or
Yeah,
just us thinking that we believe in God. It's like a heart thing, how you said. You didn't came through certain scenarios where when you came up against a preacher dude and the dude gave you a word, or what happened for your sister, and you got a praying mama and stuff like that. Even when you was out there in the streets doing what you was doing, some of that stuff I did with you. You know what I'm saying? Just to
yeah,
know, just to know that God still got us here, man, and it's bigger than the purpose that we thought at first. Like with the music and all that stuff. Not saying we can't still do music, even the podcasting. Not saying we can't do podcasting, but it is about what we know about life for us to be able to pass that to the next person. Why be
it helps.
silent on it? I don't gotta be. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No,
You
no, I'm
saying?
saying it helps. I was just agreeing with what you're saying.
Yeah.
And I
So
also want to say, I don't feel like you say you're a Christian.
I'm a Christian.
I feel like when you have a label, it kind of causes a separation where people feel like, well, okay, well, you're a Christian, so that ain't for me because I
All right.
believe in this. I believe in this, so this probably not for you because you're a Christian. And I feel like that's where God sit back like, look, man, y'all causing my word to be confusing. I'm not confusing. One thing you got to know, well, I'm going to say two things about it. And this is where I know where the real is in me, how I determine. Number one, God ain't confusing. If it's a
No, he's
whole
not.
lot
I
of
was about to
confusion
say.
going on, I feel like he ain't in it. Because God
He's
ain't
not the,
gonna
he's not the
confuse
author.
you. He gonna
Yeah.
keep you 100% cutting pages. You gonna understand it when you get it. You may not understand it, but you gonna understand. Like, I know where this came from. I don't know why. Sometimes we puzzle to how he do things or what he do, but we know where it came from. You can see a higher power in it. So number one, he ain't gonna never confuse you on what he wants you to know or see. You gonna know when God comes. Number
Keep
one.
on knocking. Yeah, that's one.
Number two, he all love. Any denomination, any religion, any belief that you telling me these people is less than you and these people ain't valuable because of, I don't believe that.
Yeah,
God is
yeah.
love 100%. He's 100% love. So anything that tells me I gotta hate you or, and when listening to the word, he said it was one tribe of people that he never forgave because they was, I forget the name of the tribe, but they were robbing sick people. They would catch people sick and rob them, and they were cannibals and different things. Say those are the only people that God wouldn't forgive, but he forgave everybody else. He forgives, and he
Everybody got
has,
experience.
he has some of, well, I'm gonna say we have some of his emotions. Just like, we laugh, you don't think God laugh. We
No, I'm
get
glad you
mad,
said
he
that.
gets mad. We
No,
have
I'm
all of
glad
the
you said that, Therese.
personalities of him. Say it again.
I'm glad you said. I'm glad you said that because, like, I talk to atheists and stuff, right? And they say stuff like, "Well, I don't believe in God because how can God get jealous?" They say it as if we have it and then God don't. No, we get our stuff from Him, not the other way around. And like you said, if we can laugh, then God can laugh. If we can smile, be happy. God got all of those traits. Not that God has human traits. He gave us that stuff for us to be able to enjoy Earth. So
So that we can kind
that's
of
how He said.
understand him a little better. He
There you
gave
go.
us those emotions because you think about it, his emotions are probably a thousand times more. When we sad,
That's
think
it.
about how sad God get.
Yeah,
When we mad, think about how
brokenhearted.
mad God get. When we
Mm.
happy, think about how much joy he get. We only get the fleshly. We
Yeah,
ain't even 100% in our spirit and even get 100% of the aura and the energy that he has.
yeah. It's
So
limited. It is
yeah,
limited.
we
Yeah.
unlimited borrow, what I'm saying? Limited borrow energy and time. But at the same time, we can have it all, but we have to be able to seek his face. People be seeking an understanding, trying to understand themselves so that they can continue to be a certain way. People be trying to
Right,
understand
right.
themselves
Yeah,
so that
yeah.
they don't
Study
have to
thyself.
change
Yeah.
things.
That's a good one.
You're not looking for the answer. You're trying to find a reason to stay where you at.
So stay
You
where
trying
you
to,
at. Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? A lot of
Yep.
times it ain't you trying to find who is God. You trying to figure out, can I still be me? Can I still do, you
Yeah.
know what
Instead
I'm
of
saying?
can I still live life the way I want to live it and God be
Yeah,
cool with it? That's when you make up
right.
your own God. Now notice a lot of stuff that you just said here this morning, a lot of that stuff is in the text, bro. I'm talking about just this text. Now,
Yeah,
when you ask me about me being a Christian, I'm I'm a Christian not to try to cause division, but according to the Bible, God is not tripping on division when it comes to good versus evil. He separates good from evil. He separates the sheep from the goats. So, for example, it's not that the people that's on the other side can be included. It's just that these people on this side are already included. You get what I'm saying? So if we separate boy from girl, 1 + 1 is 2, 1 + 1 is 3, whereas 2 is right, 3 is wrong. How much more would God have to do that but for righteousness' sake? You know, God wouldn't be a good God if he didn't give a person their just punish either. Not just that God isn't a good God if he don't give you a good reward. A good God would also have to give a person who doing wrong a just punishment. Would you agree with that?
yeah. And then I'm gonna say this too. He a just father at the same time because he don't whoop you right off top. He'll let you keep messing up, and then he'll come and whoop you.
And probably come
He
chastise
give you a
you.
few he give you a few chances before he whoop you.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
give
that's
you some
true.
pre-warnings too. Like, man, I know I'm right. You get a lot of pre-warnings, but
Yeah,
sometimes
one that
our
comes for
eyes are
destruction.
closed and we overlook a lot of it, and sometimes we see it. And one thing my mama always told me, it's gonna be worse on you because you know better.
Because you know better. Yeah, nah, for real, I believe
It's
that too.
worse
I mean,
on those that know better.
I believe that, and that's also in the Bible too. You know, it talk about whom much is given, much is required. You know,
Yeah.
so like if you got five, I mean, if I got $5 and you got $100, and I gave a person $1, then how much more could you give them 10 rather than saying, well, I ain't giving them nothing. This my $100. Nah, man, you got a little more. You can give a little more, or you can apply that to any other subject in life.
Mhm.
So I definitely believe that too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so I mean, yeah, like I said. Since we've been out here, man, I mean, some things has been out, but for the stuff that you've been on, it sounds like you're reading the Bible word for word. I don't see why you won't be a Christian, bro. Outside of
Because
the
I
division thing.
feel like the Bible is for everybody. I don't want for a person to feel like, oh, because I'm Asian though. I grew up
Nah,
I grew up believing in Buddha. The
they
Bible is
welcome
still for
those.
you.
Come on.
You know
Yeah,
what
it's
I'm
still for
saying?
you. Yeah,
Just
come
because
on. Yeah.
you know, number one, you have to get a whole understanding of something. Number one, you can't cancel out and say something ain't real until you look into it. So to
Please.
be able to understand, you need to try to look at the Quran too. You want
Yeah.
to try to read the Dead Sea Scrolls also. You want to read the Ethiopian Bible. You know, myself, I want to look at the whole picture. You know, you can tell me something,
Hey,
all
that
this
on me. Okay, there
information
you
is
go.
over here. I can read this book, and then you can say, well, this information over here. It's on me to try to understand if that information is for me. You know, sometimes people say, well, you know, you don't want to confuse yourself. You don't want to take it. Say, like I said earlier, God is not confusion. And if he wants something, if it's for you and you need to learn it, I'm telling you, he gonna open your eyes and your understanding, and then he'll lead you to everything that you need. The reason I'm like I am, like I said, I've had so many experiences to where God spoke to me through a billboard. I was riding down the street. I had questions in my mind that I had been asking for weeks and weeks of time. And I just happened to read a billboard that answered my question. But I'm conscious enough to understand, man, God speak through everything. I
Because let me
have
ask you
been
this.
watching a TV show, bro. I'm telling you, I was
Uh,
watching a TV show one day. I don't know if you ever heard of the Umbrella Academy on Netflix. It's a
no, I
series.
haven't saw it. I haven't saw it. I don't watch
Umbrella.
TV a lot.
There's an entity that comes in the last season, and the entity is a whole moving city. Everything like this entity speak to you through street signs, through like, and I'm like, man, you know what? This is really just a kind of a depiction of how God speak to us. The thing didn't have a voice. It didn't have a physical body or anything. But the way that it spoke to the characters, like it would be a billboard that would have the answer to the question that they asked, or a street worker sign that was flashing and it would flash the answer. And it's the same thing. Kind of, you got to understand where I'm going. I hope it don't
I
sound
got you.
too far off,
No, you
but it's
good. No,
like
no, you good. You good.
you could just be anywhere in the world with a lot of questions in your mind, but you got to be open enough to allow God to answer your questions. Because sometimes it ain't gonna be a voice in your head. It might be somebody that just walk by and speak to you and say something that'll answer your question. It might be
That's
a
what I'm
book
going to
you
get at.
just so happen to open out of a whim, and he spoke to you through a advertisement. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Like you gotta understand, God speak through everything, through the wind blow, through the birds chirping. Lord, what's going on out there? Like he speak through
Okay,
everything.
pray. Now, I believe God can speak. I mean, I believe God speaks through everything too, and that He's capable of speaking through everything. I also believe, you got like special revelation. Then you also got His Word itself. But I was going to
Yep,
ask
yep.
you, when you come across, just like how you said you walking down the street or whatever, and you see a billboard, and you say, okay, that had to be God. How do you know that there was God? Because demons can speak to us too. Demons can show us stuff too. So what standard? Like
So
me, for example, if I want to know if something is God, not only do I go to His Word and try to find it in His Word, or from what I heard from the Word, it would have to line up with the Word and who I already know as God from people who was older than me who already knew who God was. What's
like it's
your
the
standard
same.
that you use for that?
It's a saying in
It's
the
not the Bible.
Bible. So it could be a demon. But I believe it was Jesus that said it. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But it say, even if a wolf in sheep's clothing
Clothing, yeah.
tell the truth,
Tells you that
should you not listen? It don't matter where the truth comes from. Even a broke clock is right twice a day. It might be wrong all day, but 2 times a day, a broke clock
it's
gonna
gonna be
tell
right.
you if it's stuck on 2 o'clock, 2 times that day, it's gonna be right. So you have to be open to listen anyway. And then when you do understand the word, if you've read it, then you can determine the right from the wrong. You can't be fooled when you know. If you know 1+1 = 2, and somebody comes say, "No, 1+1 = 3," you know better, not just
You
because
ain't got to
somebody
follow for it.
told you something.
Right,
When you've
right,
been told, well, they said get a lot of people in trouble because of what
right.
they said. They listening to what they said instead of finding out on their own. That goes back to that
What's the truth?
intimate
Yeah,
relationship I was talking about.
right.
God wants you to have an intimate relationship so you don't be fools. When you come to your father and you speak to your father constantly, when somebody else say something like, "Nah, that ain't my daddy word. I know how my daddy talk."
So
That
when you
ain't how
say
my
God,
daddy talk. Nah,
so
my
when you
pops don't get down like that. Nah, this a mess.
first, so
You
when you
you
say
have to
God,
train yourself to understand what's coming at you. The only way you can train yourself is to stay in it. You got to get in it and be in it. And like even if you stray away from it, it don't never go away. It's
I'm
gonna
gonna ask you
always
this.
be in your spirit. You know right from wrong.
I'm gonna ask you this first. Okay, since of course we both believe that it's a God. What's when you say having an intimate relationship with God, then that means that your God will have a name, right?
He do have a name. They
What's your
said
God
multiple
name?
times now. Let me say this too. I do. I 100% believe in the Bible. 100%. I read it. I look at. I've been getting into this AI scriptures where they actually, give you a visual of the
Yeah,
scripture
yeah.
while you're listening and reading along. You can actually kind of get some visuals, and that kind of help it stick in my head a little more too. Like when I'm at
Yeah,
work, I'll
yeah.
just cut on it's this dude that do AI Bibles. I'll just cut it on and listen, you know what I'm saying? And this is for people out there that's like, man, I want to read, but
Oh,
say,
God,
cut
yeah,
that
yeah.
cut that YouTube on and start listening to the Bible. If you can't sit there and read, or if your eyes too bad to look at them little words, man, listen to the Bible.
You
Cut
can
it
just sit.
on every morning.
Ain't no excuses no more. You like you
Ain't
said,
no
you ain't got no
excuses.
excuses.
There is
Ain't got
no
no excuses.
excuses no more, man. And if you need somebody, say, every morning I get up, I listen to this Pastor Miles Monroe. That dude spit and put it down like I 100% understand everything that he say. Sometimes you listen to pastors and you get lost.
Yeah.
Miles Monroe, dude, I love the way he preach. I love it. Like I understand absolutely everything he say, and then he gives you metaphors to what he's saying and like make it even clearer. You know what I'm saying? So from me, and this is me, the Bible is the truth. The Bible tell you, number one, I'll give you the world. So black people like, man, why black people so oppressed?
Gotta be why we slaves? Why we gotta be slaves? Yeah.
Because number one, we are the number ones. We are God's chosen. We gonna get whooped the most by the world because the word tell you, I'll give you the world. I want
I
you
like
to
an
have the
Israelite.
world. But I'm also let the world have control of you because you want what the world say you should have over me. So yeah,
Over
you
me.
can have the world, but I'll let the least of man, which is why the least of man step on us because we give control to them. People wake up in the morning and check their phone to see if people like them on Facebook, and they ain't put their feet on the floor and see if
I
God gave
ain't
them
doing
grace to
that.
walk that morning. You don't even know if God like you today, but you trying to see how many likes you got on Facebook.
Right,
And
right,
then you
right
wonder
now.
why your life is so oppressed because you worried about the wrong thing. We
Wrong
want what
thing.
the world say we supposed to have over what God say that we need. You know what I'm saying? And people
It
feel
sounded.
like they a certain type of way and they can't deal with God. And that's why I was telling that story earlier. You do not have to be perfect to come to
Yeah.
God. Now, I seen a little kid, bro. This little kid blew my mind. Let me tell you. The dude say, when you catch a fish, you got to catch the fish first and then clean it. I was like,
Right.
yeah. He said, so why is everybody trying to do God's job and get cleaned up first and then go to him and
Uh,
get caught?
Go catch it. Just go catch the fish, bruh.
I
You
said,
know, just
man,
put
he
them
say
bait in the
God,
water.
it's God's job to clean you up. He needs you to come to him dirty so he can show you his glory. He needs you to come to
You know what
him
I'm saying?
dirty.
Preach,
He
preach.
wants you to come
Hold
to
on real
him
quick.
dirty. You can't
Hold on real quick.
clean
I'm gonna stop you one
yourself
side,
up.
preach.
I'm
Hold
gonna
up, preach.
get
Hold
right.
up, preach.
I'm gonna get right, and then I'm gonna go to God. How you gonna get
Say,
right and then go to God?
say, preach. Let me
You
say this.
gotta
Let me say
go
this
to
real quick.
God to get right.
Preach, can you hear me? I ain't gonna lie, bro. I thought this conversation was gonna go a whole other way. I'm happy that it ain't, bro. Like you sound like a preacher to me, man. I know we ain't talked in a while, but I ain't expect this, bro. I'm excited for it, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Like,
I
I
was
thought it was
trying to
gonna go
tell
a
you,
whole
bro.
other way, man. I'm
The
enjoying it.
way this is like my understanding of God, bro. He need people like me and you. We got pastors in the churches, but
Right,
they stagnated. You got the same
right.
people going in and out of this building. Nigga,
Not
Jesus didn't
changing.
go to no building. He was in the streets, moving around, dealing with the worst of the worst people, putting the word out. Ain't nobody in these streets walking around out here prophesying, bro. Ain't
Yeah.
nobody out
Mm.
here as a real human being that everybody can deal with and be yourself and still be comfortable talking about God. Oh, but you cuss. Who came up with
Yeah,
curse
yeah.
words? Humans. Human
Mm.
beings came up with and putting emphasis on words. I can call you a bitch. I can call you a punk. Both of them will make you feel bad, but people put emphasis on one over the other. But they both just words. We
I mean,
put too much.
now, don't get me wrong. If now, don't get me wrong. I believe it's good words, you know, cuss words and all that. I'm just open enough to say, well, if I cuss and said a bad word, yes, I do. I ain't gonna lie to you about it. I ain't gonna make no excuse about it. Nigga, gonna be honest. If I go steal a piece of bubble gum from the store or whatever, no, I'm still gonna tell the truth about it. I ain't finished. I'm almost done.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
so
saying? So yeah, I'm just honest with it. Like you said, no, he on the big screen. So it's like they get that from people who think that they holier than thou. You know what I'm saying? You have some
yeah,
people who make you don't want to go to church. You know, you got people who make it, how you said, they make you feel like you got to be perfect in order just to hang around them when that's what they saying, but that ain't what God's saying. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
So yeah, yeah.
God want the dirty. He want the used. He want the abused. He ain't worried about the ones that's going. I mean, I ain't gonna say he ain't worried about it. Let me
Right, right.
reword that. He
The
love
ones he
y'all.
got in his
You know,
hands,
he
yeah.
appreciates you going to the churches, but I'm in my heart, I feel like he disappointed. I feel like God is disappointed in a lot of these followers. I ain't just gonna say Christians. I'm gonna say these Bible believing followers that only go to church and that's the only place you can deal with them. Because God is in the
Especially the
streets.
faithless.
The
Yeah.
only way that you gonna
I
spread
mean,
His
I say
word,
both. I say both for you. God can be in two places at once, but go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
because they feel like you know what I'm saying. You got to come to Him. Hey, Jesus was out there taking the word to people. He didn't
He
sit around
was.
and wait for nobody to come to Him. He didn't go sit in one spot every week and hope somebody come in here and want to get saved. He walked around in the streets and said, "Hey, come to me. I can help you."
I mean,
This is what
in
they
fact,
want.
in
That's
fact,
what they
freeze,
need from
freeze.
people like us.
Even when we think about when Jesus did go to the churches, Jesus went to those temples because you remember all the Pharisees and Sadducees that
They
was
were
in the Bible.
casting lots.
They was capping. You know, they was claiming to be religious leaders, but they weren't living the lifestyle. So when Jesus did go to the churches, he went to correct them. You know what I'm saying too.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying. So
The
yeah,
same
go
thing, a
ahead.
lot of what's going on now, people are collecting churches to collect a dollar. They using it because it's tax
Oh, that's fake.
free
Yep,
and they
yep,
don't believe that
yep,
God is real. So they willing to blaspheme and be a hypocrite and lie
yep.
and use it because, that's another thing that lets you know something got power. There is no way for years something can be used over and over and over if it ain't no real power
Come
in it.
on now, come on
It
now,
gotta
freeze,
have some
come
real
on.
power in it. This bird has been used for years and years for good and bad. So how can you ever say that it ain't no power in it?
Come on now.
I
Come
don't.
on,
I,
man.
I just would never understand that. How can you sit here and tell me? How can you sit here and believe in the devil and then not believe in God?
Mm.
How can you believe in bad and evil and the devil made me do it, but you don't believe that God keep him under control? Because don't you know this
Now,
world would be in so much more chaos if the devil really had his Rome and go? If God took his
now,
hands
freeze,
off
freeze.
this world, can you imagine just how bad this place could
Bro,
really, really be? When the
it's
murderers
niggas
really
out
don't
here.
have no type of holdback.
Come on
When the
now.
killers and the racists and the craziest people in this world ain't got nothing to hold them back. You ain't got them angels holding charge over your life, keeping you safe, and this world just 100% go to chaos. How can you not believe in the world? How can you not
This is how
believe in it?
crazy. You sound like a boy. Boy, you is preaching. Do you hear me say? I'm telling you, I didn't expect it to go this way, but bro, can you believe it's dudes out here? They believe in good and evil, right? But they talking about God is God and the devil. No, bro, God is omnipotent. God can be everywhere at all times, any place. The devil can't do that. They're not
Yeah,
equals. The devil is not God's. I mean, don't get me wrong. The devil going to hell and all that, but God is the devil enemy. The devil ain't God enemy. Can't nobody compete with God. Who gonna be
yeah.
an enemy to God?
Now let
Like,
me
come on,
let you
man.
know.
God,
But they say there's a saying that say, let me see if I can get it right.
come on.
It's like the power, like don't said I'm trying to think of how it say, don't empower it, but don't overlook it either. So I'm basically saying don't give the devil a lot of power, but don't underestimate his power. Because if this fool got enough nerve to go to war with the number one, he
God
gotta
with God.
have some
What?
kind of power and energy. You trying to go to war with the number one, so you
You
gotta have
stupid, but
something under
yeah,
your belt.
something.
If you even step to the pedestal and to the
Come on,
podium, if you felt like it. So hey, the devil got a lot of tricks. He got
bro.
some power.
Bro. So
He got
many,
some
bro, and
power and he got some tricks, but he can't outdo the Most High.
you can't
It's
not
on
do it.
us to put on that armor he told you, put on your buckle up,
Oh
put
my
your
God.
shield on,
Put your
grab your
helmet
Bible,
on. Yeah.
your mind.
Yo.
People don't understand you put that shield on, that's your mind, number one. He said you cannot put out what you don't put in. People be like, well, I cuss, my mind is always here, my mind is always there. Okay, so
Come to
how
God.
did you
Work on
get
it.
that in your mind? You steady watching reality shows. You steady watching,
Man,
this
say.
vulgar music, porn, different stuff. So when you open your mouth, that's the only thing gonna be able to come out. Whatever you put in, if I take a picture and pour lemonade in it, ain't no way I'm gonna take that same picture and pour tea out of it. I'm only gonna be able to get out what I put in. If you want for the good to come out of you, it takes number one, practice. Being good take practice. Being saved take practice. You gonna mess up. He say, how many times should I forgive? Many times as they ask and repent. You
77
supposed to
times 7.
constantly repent. You constantly forgive until you get out of this flesh, because this flesh gonna constantly sin and say the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. The flesh is weak, but the
Flesh is
spirit is
weak.
willing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So anytime your
Yep.
flesh is weak, it break down. We move on human emotions sometimes. We think with a human emotion, we got to get into a spiritual way of thinking about things. The reason why a lot of things seem hard because you look at it with a human sense instead of a spiritual sense. It ain't hard to do a lot of things once you get out of your flesh.
Yeah.
You got to
Nah,
get
for
out
real,
of your
bro.
flesh.
Man, I really appreciate this show we having. This letting me know what type of shows I need to bring you on in the future, bro. If I would have known you were gonna talk like this, especially when you got to the part about, uh, they don't understand why that stuff going on in their brain and mind. But then look at what you're watching on TV. Look at what you're listening to. Some people, most people have heard that their whole life, but they don't really understand it, right?
Yeah,
And then it's like when you look at yourself, like me, I can remember growing up, and I used to see my dad. Like my dad was my superhero, and I used to see him with the black and miles, the black and miles in his mouth, and I just thought that was just so cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm just thinking like, okay, when I get older, I want to look cool like that. My daddy wasn't thinking about, dang, I got this black and mild in front of my son because he
yeah,
smoked blacks every day. He wasn't thinking that, but subconsciously I was obtaining that. And then when I got older, now apply that to this is how you know when you said the devil is so crafty. Who own the music industry, the whole entertainment industry, the whole upper echelon? Go look at what just happened with the Epstein files.
yeah,
All them niggas worship Satan. Every
yeah,
last one of them. And the
yeah,
devil is so lit. He's so lit that people can watch twerk videos and then wonder why your 12, 14-year-old up here at the school having sex and twerking and stuff. But you don't make the connection. Oh, we can watch what we want to. We can see what we want to. Now, don't get me wrong. It's
yeah.
not a,
You can.
I, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I ain't saying you're going to hell because you watched it, but because you were influenced by it, your actions behind it is what's gonna lead you to
Yep.
not just hell, but to a
It
bad
ain't your
place.
watching it, is what you do with
There
it.
you go. There you go. Come on now.
When you're allowing it to take rent in your head and take up space in your head, you know what I'm saying? And then you lay down and you like, man, I can't even pray because I keep seeing naked bodies and that's all you looked at all day.
That's
So
all
when
you
you
looked
try to
at.
close your eyes and calm your mind, it's only gonna bring forth what's in there.
Come
All
on
the
now.
negative, all that mess that you've been on all day, that's the only thing you're gonna
No,
be able to
no,
bring
no,
forward.
you tripping for it. You believe in a sky daddy, all that stuff you saying is BS, bro. All that we don't want to hear none of that. We trying to get this money out here. We trying to get these females. We trying to have big cars, sit on doves. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff you talking about trash, bro. How would
And
you
guess
respond to
what?
somebody
And
saying that?
guess what? God to give all that to us, but we gotta understand. You gotta understand, God is more than one way. People feel like you gotta come to Him this way. I gotta put a suit on. I
Yeah.
gotta go to church every single. No, God is wherever you start speaking on Him. He's in your heart. He gave everybody a soul, which is why Satan hate us.
See? Yeah.
We have
Yeah.
a soul.
Yeah.
Nothing else on earth have a soul but humans. I was reading or I was looking at I think it's the book of Enoch. It was speaking, it was talking, and its message just stuck out with me and stuck with me, bro. And it kind of made me sad and scared at the same time. Think about this.
Huh. Huh.
Every single thing that God created, everything, the waters, the oceans, the air, the grass, the
Yeah.
bird, the tree,
Praise
every
God.
single thing that God created follow His law, except for man.
That's for us. We're the only ones that got free will. That's the reason why we're the only ones that get judged. Come on,
We
man,
get
put it together.
oppressed. Yes, we gonna
No,
get
but hold on, but no,
judged.
freeze,
But the
but no,
dog,
freeze.
a dog do what
No,
a dog's supposed to do. A
but no,
dog
hold
gonna
on, freeze,
bite you
freeze,
when he's
freeze,
supposed to. He barks when he's
freeze.
supposed
Listen,
to.
freeze. No, but we monkeys. We just animals. We just like them. How can y'all believe that? We the only ones that set up government. We're the only one that built like we actually built comfort. You know, clothing, shoes, houses, cars, clothes,
Yeah.
banks, governments. We do that. No, like you said, not the grass, not the water, not the tree. We the only ones that do that. So why do they try to reduce us down to be just like a baboon or something, bro? What's wrong with these people, man?
Because it's more than people. It's a spiritual battle. The devil got a way of getting to a
Come on
lot of
now.
conversations. A
Man, we
lot of
get
these
clapped for that.
conversations, people be talking about the world, the U.S. Now, the whole
The
world. Once
whole
you open your
world, bro.
eyes and understand, the whole world is a
Clap
temple.
for that.
God
Clap
gave
for that.
Satan so long to tempt your soul, and Satan said, I guarantee you, just like with Job, if you
But
take
Joe,
everything
there you
away
go.
from him, I
He
guarantee
don't,
you he'll curse
there
your
you go.
name.
Come on.
If
Come
you
on.
take it all away from him. So God said, man, these are my people. He gave him so long. So your job can be a temptation. Your family
Uh,
can be a temptation. Your money
yes.
can be a temptation. Your
Yes.
stability can be a temptation.
You
A
can be
lot
a
of different
temptation
things
to
in this
yourself.
world.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
have to understand what is causing you to fall short before God. These things can hurt you. You going and putting your job before God. You going and putting your
Yeah.
family before
Yep.
God. You going and
Before
putting
my
your
God.
money
Yep.
before God. So now you gonna start having all these problems when you start trying to reach out to God. You got to get past all your family first. You got to
There you
get
go.
past all this stuff you put before Him. You gonna have to get past all this first to get back to Him. So
There
He's
you
gonna
go.
allow a lot of things to happen so that you can see your family didn't help you, your job didn't help you,
Not in that way.
your
Yeah.
status
It
didn't
couldn't
help you.
save you. Not in that
And
way.
now
Yeah.
here you are with me. Now let me show you what I can do.
There
But
you
you
go.
wanted all this stuff up here first, so I had to let you go through these situations so that you can see that it ain't but one way.
There you go.
He'll
The way, the
seclude you
truth,
and
the
he'll let
life.
you
Come on.
have it. He said you can
Come on.
have the world. He will let you have it. But the world gonna have you. It'll eat you alive. While you out here losing yourself trying to become some type of a mogul or trying
Yeah.
to become this
Influencer. Yeah.
millionaire, and
Yeah.
now you
Yeah.
done
Yeah.
lost
Yeah.
yourself for the things you said, the things you've done to people, the things that you were willing to do behind closed doors and in the dark, but God seen it all, and now you lost. You gained a little money, but now you lost. Your soul
Look at
dark. You
Diddy,
feel
bro.
bad. You don't
Look at
have
the
no
people.
joy.
Look at the people like Diddy, bro. And I'm not just singling him out. I'm bringing it up because that's a name everybody knows. This dude, for the last 30, 40 years, this dude is one of the people, not the only, one of the people on earth that can do whatever it is he want to do. Look at how
Whatever.
the dude end up, and look at how the dude end up. Look at the Epstein's. Look at the all them dudes that was in the Epstein files. It's hundreds of them. Like look at they can do stuff that we can't do as average people, and with their power, they decide to go against morality. Ain't that something?
Yeah.
Go against morality. Against they can do whatever they want to do, but somehow, some reason, they decided to do everything the opposite of. I don't care what you believe, Christianity, Muslim, whatever. We agree pedophilia wrong. We agree rape is wrong. We agree they
Yeah.
can do all that with their power. And that go back to what God showed us. You can come to me messed up, man. Like God said, all y'all messed up. God
Yeah.
didn't say what
You born
God
into
didn't say what
sin.
they good. There you go. He didn't say what these people are good and these people bad. When you read that Bible, the Bible say all y'all trash, bro. All y'all, every last one of
Yeah,
y'all.
all of
You
you. Even you
know what
standing
I'm saying?
way back there in the back, you too. Yeah, you.
You too. You know what I'm saying? They don't dictate your money. They don't dictate for a girl how big your booty is, how your eyelashes look. For a dude, they don't matter if you got a six pack, if you're in the NBA. It don't. All y'all trash. And it goes as far as to say, pretty much, the more power a person get, not that you can't make it to heaven, but it's harder for a person with power to make it to heaven. Because look at what we just seen, like Epstein's and all that stuff.
Yep, they go all the way outside of themselves to hold on to them riches. They'll let their soul go just to stay in status. And that's why you got to understand why I say that. It ain't saying that it's impossible for a rich man to go to heaven. God just know the way your soul and your flesh work. He know the mentality of a man, and he know the mentality of the world and what money do. We've seen pastors lose themselves. We've seen like true Bible believers and people lose themselves over certain situations. A little bit too much money made them change. The right person talking in their ear made them change. You know what I'm saying? But all of these things are still just a temptation. The whole world is a temptation. I tell people, like, I look at it like the world is Vegas. You can do pretty much anything. You can gamble, you can go everywhere, but your soul is your money you putting on the table.
See,
Everything you
I
do in
just
this
said it,
life,
and it happened.
you can do it.
My mic. I mean,
You got a chance to do it. But what are you gaining and losing by going into it? You putting your soul on the line a lot of times just to fit in these certain rooms that don't even want you in them. People lose themselves trying to sit in these rooms with people that they don't even need to be around, keeping company with trash. And
can you still
so
hear me,
you
Free?
bringing all
Free,
that back
can you
into
hear me?
your life, and it's
Free, can you
like,
still hear me? Can you still hear me, bro?
you can have a great life, you can have money, you can have it all, but you got to
I know.
understand
I
where
know.
your
I thought
blessings
I was
come
coming from
from.
the other time. I
I've
knew.
been able to
I'm
have,
recording.
a lot of great things happen in the last like 3-4 years, bro, because number one, I stopped depending on myself and started asking God for more. I
Amen.
stopped doubting myself because of who I am and how I am, and just believing that God got me regardless. And I always try to give a metaphor so you can give an understanding. A lot of us got kids. A lot of our kids don't do half the things we ask them to do when we ask them, but we still
I'm not.
bless
I'm
them.
not put this
That's
in my
how
phone.
God is with us. We don't do everything that he asks, but he still loves us so much that he's more than willing to still
Hello.
bless us.
Hello.
Cut up all summer, school come around, you still get them new J's and a new outfit because your parents want to see you doing good and feeling good. That's how God is with us. You've been cutting up all year, but still, when you pray about something seriously, he'll still give it to you. You need a miracle on your rent. You need a miracle, you need a car, you need whatever it is. He still got enough love in his heart for you. Regardless of what you done did, he'll still come through for you. The same way with us and our kids. When them kids don't do what we ask them, we still love them. We don't throw them to the side because they don't listen to us. We give them so many chances, and sooner or later, we'll whoop them. We'll get tired and we'll whoop them. But we still gonna love them. We'll come around after we whoop them and love on them at the same time.
Can you hear me, bro?
I think we
Free,
lost.
can
Can
you
you
hear
hear
me?
me, brother? Because I can't hear you right now.
Ah, man. Okay. Let me see. Let me drop this one off. I'm finna text you. I know you can't hear me. I'm finna
I
text
can't
you.
hear you. I can't hear you,
I know.
brother.
Hold up. I'm
I
finna
don't know
text
what
you.
happened.
Hey, everybody listening, audience, give me.
So I'm gonna just keep going for the moment until Mr. Nobody get back on the screen. So I'm gonna just talk to the people that's out there. I just want y'all to know, number one, God love you. It don't matter where you at in life. It don't matter what you're going through. He got love for you, and He wants for you to have His world. But you got to start seeking. Be willing to number one, to be humble enough to look at yourself and look at your sins and look at your faults so that you can correct a lot of this stuff, because you can't do better. Y'all give me a second. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I don't know if you can. Okay, let me cut this off. Yeah, I don't know if you can hear me, but I think you can. Yeah, go out come back in. All right, my bad, y'all. You know we. Oh, yeah, my bad, y'all. But I know, but it's echoing on my end. Yeah, I told him to go out come back in. There we go.
Back. We back.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We
There
back.
we go. All right, I'm gonna cut this one off. Get out of here, bro. Yeah, no, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, friend.
All I was saying was, it don't matter what position you in life. It don't matter how far you think you are. I got some reverb.
I got you. Hold on. I'm gonna cut this one off. Okay, there we go. Can
Check.
you hear me now? We
Yeah,
good?
yeah, good, good. I just
Okay, there we go.
got an understanding of, it don't matter where you are, it don't matter who you are, it don't matter what race you are, it don't matter what age you are. God deals with everybody, no matter the age, no matter the position. It don't matter about money, it don't matter about status, it don't matter about who you are. When you speak, and if you speaking with an open heart and you speaking on God, number one, a lot of time He'll grab you and you gonna start saying things you like, man, where did that come from? Because He's speaking through you, because He's using you as a vessel at that time, because you're not scared to open your mouth and speak His words. So He gonna help your words to be correct. He not gonna let you look like a fool in front of nobody, especially when you speaking on Him and you speaking on Him highly. Oh, He gonna make sure that your words come out correctly. But it's on you also to make sure that you know some of these words, so you go read that word, pick that book up, listen to some scriptures, YouTube, you know what I'm saying, Pandora, all of these different things. You can cut it on your phone and listen to scriptures all day if you want to, and start to put some good things into your spirit. Because listening to that hip hop, I want to kill, da 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 da, left music. Music is power. We spoke it earlier. When it was fight the power, it was fight the
Right.
power. Black power, peace. Everybody was on it. But then as soon as gangster music came in and we started, man, look at how the world done changed. Every time music changed, the
That's
world
true.
changed. Every time music
Can you
changed,
hear
the
me,
world
Freeze?
changed. Yeah, I can hear you. Yes, sir.
Freeze, can you hear me?
Every
Okay,
time
good. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Keep going.
every time music changed, it changed the world, because number one, that's the number one way to program somebody.
The world
They
changed.
figured it out when we were young. I don't know math. Shoot, watch this. I'm gonna put it to music. You gonna learn it. Now you got all these kid
Talk.
shows that's
Come
rapping
on
and
now.
putting it to music, and now them kids is learning so fast, because music is one of the most powerful tools that we have. Period. Like, you can learn so much through music.
Didn't they
Through
say?
music.
Didn't they say that the devil was an angel? Didn't they say the devil was an angel that was over the music in heaven? Like,
Lucifer. Lucifer was the angel. He was the angel of songs. He came up. He was basically the choir leader. He was the choir director. You know what I'm saying? He prayed. He led the praise and worship in
right.
heaven. And he obviously had something. He had to have some type of a spirit or some kind of close relationship with God for him to even recognize that God gave humans a soul. So he has to have some type. I'm gonna say he had to have some type of authority and charge in heaven before he got kicked out because he was conscious. Because it say most angels can't do nothing but praise God. So he was above. He had to be above just a regular angel. So that's something I want to look into. Like what status of being, because I believe there are different levels of angels. If I'm not mistaken, I believe there are different levels of angels. But he had to have some type of real closeness with God for him to even see the whole plan play out. So that's why I was saying earlier, don't give it no power, but don't underestimate it either. You know what I'm saying? You don't, oh man, this dude gonna whoop me because he got big muscles or whatever. He seemed like he might whoop you. Nah, you don't know what's gonna happen. You don't get him too much, but you don't underestimate him at the same time. I ain't gonna say you gonna whoop me, but I ain't gonna say I ain't gonna say you gonna whoop me, but I ain't gonna say I ain't. How I'm getting twisted, but basically saying, what was I, don't underestimate, don't underestimate Satan, because sometimes and you get caught up in some stuff because you feel like he don't have that type of authority. Man, he can come through people, he can come through your kids, he come through all type of things, but you have to have yourself protected reading that word, understanding the word, staying prayed up, do some fasting. Meditation is prayer. People try to take spirituality and take religion and divide them, but it's the
The
same.
bottom. Yeah.
High power is God. You praying to a higher power. You praying to God. I'm meditating. You're praying.
Yeah.
Faith is manifestation. I'm manifesting. That's faith. Believing in something that's not there. You just changing the words on it, trying to take God out of it when it's the same
Come
thing.
on, man.
It's the same thing.
Can you hear me, please?
Spirituality, if you spiritual, the way I say I'm spiritual, I'm stuff. The Bible is the truth. I just don't put a denomination over me to say, oh well, I'm
Yeah,
just
I
this. No,
identify
I'm
that.
everything. I'm a crayon box.
Uh-huh.
Everything is in me. You know what I'm saying? So I'll go over here and deal with the Buddhists at the same way I'll go over here and deal with the Muslims. The same way I'll go over here and deal with an atheist. The same way I'll go deal with a Christian. It ain't gonna change nothing about how I believe in me. I believe in God. God is
Can you hear
God
me?
to me.
Free. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Am
I
I
hear you.
clear?
Yeah, you good.
Okay. No, I didn't hear everything you said. I just, I be on two different screens. You saw my setup. I got a lot of audio stuff or whatever. One of my
Yeah.
cameras died, so I had to come in through another way. Everything you said, I heard. Continue. I just wanted you to know that I'm here. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. I'm just saying you a lot of these dividers is because people feel like, they put denomination not down them, but that's why I was telling you when you say you're a Christian. But I feel like you more than a Christian. You a follower of God. You just a Bible believer, period. Saying these denominations, in my understanding, is just a divider.
But hold on, wait. Christian simply means this. Now, Christian is not a nationality. It's not a race. Or none of that. It's a title. Now, it is in the Bible. Now, it simply means this: follower of Christ. That's it. Now, I know there's certain people who have called themselves Christians over the centuries who were like fake Christians. They gave the name a bad reputation. But
Mm-hmm.
even in the text itself, it means a follower of Christ, a follower of the word. That's all it means, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I call myself that. I mean, well, I call it because that's what God called us. Not I don't call myself a Christian because me or a group of people got together and said, "Hey, we're gonna call ourselves Christians." No, we call ourselves Christians because it comes directly from the text, follower of Christ. You know what I'm
So maybe I got it mixed up where I'm thinking
saying?
Christian. Well, I do got it kind of, but it's like when you start saying, "Well, I'm Pentecostal, I'm a
Yeah,
Baptist."
that's denomination. Now
Yeah,
notice Pentecostal,
denomination. I don't
or
believe in.
those are sects. Those are people who are a part of sects of Christianity. Like for example, let's say me and you was gang bangers, right? Gang would be us following God. Me being a blood or you being a crib or those are different sects of it. You know what I'm saying? So now they wrong for doing that. Now even though I know why they split them up, like for example, Baptist people. Baptist people believe that you have to, baptism is so important to them that if you don't have it, then you ain't following God. Now, God do want you to get baptized, but you can still go to heaven without getting baptized. You know what I'm saying? So that's where like splits come in at. Pentecostals believe that, you know how, I mean, missionaries believe that, you know how they travel to other places to go spread the word of God and all that, to other lands and all that. They believe that that's more important than anything else. And since the other sects disagree, they mix. You know what I'm saying? That's how it split up. Now you
Okay.
right. Now watch this. You right in that way. They shouldn't split up Christians in that way. But being a Christian goes beyond they different denominations and
Okay.
they sects.
So,
You know what I'm saying?
so let me say I might be a Christian then,
You,
but
bro,
all of
based
these
on what you
different
said, no, based on what
denominations.
you said this morning, based off a lot of the stuff you said this morning, you're a Christian. You don't even know it. You're a Christian. Go ahead,
Cause
go
yeah,
ahead.
I 100% believe in God and the Bible. I just don't like all the denominations and the dividers that a lot of people have. You know, you ain't going to heaven because you don't wear skirts to your ankles. You ain't going to
Yeah,
heaven.
yeah, Pentecostal,
You know,
Pentecostal, yeah,
all
Pentecostal,
that.
yeah.
Like, nah, man, God, he got a, he deal with everybody in his own way, but he also have a set, saying a set standard at the same time. He does
Right,
have his standard of living, but at the
right.
same time, he ain't gonna go to everybody the same way. He ain't gonna speak to you. He can speak to you the same way he speak to me, but he might need to talk to you in a
A
different way.
different way.
Just
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you
yeah.
got different children. You can't come to Jacoby the same way that you talk to your daughters. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You might have to come because they think different. They got different personalities. You want the same goal from them, but you might have to come to them in a different way.
Different way.
You
Yeah,
know what I'm
that's true.
saying?
That's true. Now
Because
watch it.
the
My daughter,
word,
my
you
my oldest daughter, bro, Amari, she left when she left the nest, and you know, we're a Bible based home or whatever. But when she left the nest, guess what? She didn't know this or whatever. She ran right to a Pentecostal church, and you know, she moved out, got her own place, all that. She used to come by the house, like you said. You know, they can't wear pants, can't do this. And I just watched it. You know, I talked to her too, like through it, but I just, you know, I let it happen organically too. And
yeah,
once I broke this stuff down to her, like breaking down different denominations, what they believe and all that, what really got me was that she didn't go to church for like a week or two. And when she went back to the church, one of the ladies told her, "Oh, I got to give you back the Holy Spirit." And she was like, "Yeah, I went to church." And she gave me, and I had to explain to her, "Baby, once you got the Holy Spirit, you got it. Can't nobody take that from you. Can't nobody." And that's when I had to just start laying my foot
yeah.
down for her. So,
Only
yeah,
God
yeah.
can take His spirit. Don't no human give or
Ain't
take
no
nothing.
human do that,
She
baby.
can't even. She can't give. She should have woke up right there. What you mean? You got to give me the Holy Spirit. You can't give me
What you said.
nothing. You
Listening to
can't
that
give me
Pentecostal.
no holy. You can't give me nothing.
Bro, listening to that Pentecostalism, like you said, man, I'm not saying everybody who go to a Pentecostal church is you know wrong, because some people don't even know, you know, the difference between this. Like my daughter, she was innocent when she believed that stuff. You know, I can't wear pants, I can't wear. She was innocent. Now that she know or whatever, if she continues to go back, that's her. But she ain't been to a Pentecostal church in over 2 years or whatever. So I was saying that to say you're right about the standards that denominations put on salvation. When God already have a standard for salvation, y'all adding to it. Now he didn't say all that. Like, come on,
Yeah,
like, nah,
yeah.
he
You
didn't say
adding
all
5 on 10, man. Shoot,
that.
you remember what God said?
Right.
Ain't nothing what God told us we had to do. You
Come
know,
on,
same
brother.
thing like we talk about with slavery. Have you ever seen the movie Birth of a Nation? It's a
Yes,
true
yes,
story. So
yes.
you
I think
saw how they were teaching him to read the Bible, and they taught him to read it the way that they wanted him to read it to the
right,
slaves to keep them in
right.
control. But then that woman took him and taught him how to read for himself, and he got his understanding. And he was like, "Man, the word ain't never said for us to live like this." But if we don't have no understanding, anybody can tell us anything. That's where he wants you to have that intimate relationship and get to know him inside and out on a personal basis.
It's the
That
same
way
thing
he
Preacher
can't
David
be
said.
confused.
It's the same thing, bro. I mean, I know what shows to bring you on now, bro. Like some dudes be like, I don't believe in the Bible because they gave us that Bible during slavery. What version of it? Did they give you the full? We got writings from our ancestors who lived back then. Frederick Douglass. Frederick said, I love the good Christian. I'm paraphrasing. He was saying he loved the good Christianity of Jesus and of the Bible. He hates the Christian of this land. He was separating it. He was saying that whatever they teaching in the Bible, that's true. But these white people teaching us over here, that ain't true. He understood that. But for some
Yeah.
reason, you got these dumb Negroes today who say stupid stuff like, well, I don't believe in God because, man, we didn't learn that message to slavery. Bro, God was real. God real now. He was real during slavery. He was real before that. Just because people go through a tough time, don't mean God not real. The Bible says that when it rains on the good and the bad. So you
Yep.
can't say God not real because we went through bad stuff, bro. Like, come on, man. But go,
We
what
went
would you
through
say about
bad
that?
stuff. We went through bad stuff. If you look at the history of us, first off, God showed himself way back in Egypt. The first
Mm,
time we was in
mm.
slavery. Delivered us, brought us
That's in the
out.
Bible.
Guess what we did? Went straight back to being hard headed, making idols. Soon as he took his eyes off us,
Right.
Moses went up to speak with God. As soon as he took his eyes off, they say, "Man, we need an idol to worship." They start melting gold and stuff, start making their own
We
idols.
want
And
what
guess what?
everybody else had. They
What
got an
God
idol.
do?
Why can't we have an idol?
He whooped them again. How you take 40 years to go across the desert that only take you a couple days? You been lost for
6 days.
40
Come on.
years.
Come on.
40 years he caused you to be confused because you were hard headed and left you out in the woods eating manna. Not even real food. You didn't even have real food. You know what I'm saying? But he
Freeze,
brought
I
you
know
out
you
of
don't
that.
even know. Oh, the freeze, I know this. The first ever video I ever did on my channel, that subject right there. They walked around the desert for 40 years. Somebody was challenging me talking about, man, if you look at that GPT, they could have got from to where they was going in 3 days. I said, yeah, there was one ring in the desert. Like they was one 40 years. We know walked up.
Your mic cutting up, bro. Your mic cutting up.
Okay, but go ahead. Go ahead if you can hear me.
But yeah, for 40 years they was lost. They was lost and afflicted. It was a reason for that. Because they had some great things waiting on them on the other side. But God said these people are not ready for this land of milk and honey. They still worshiping idols. They still doubting. They still scared. They don't want to go to war. You know what I'm saying? I done showed them that I'm on their side. I done told them I'm with them. They still don't believe. You know what? Let them be confused for a little while longer. So yeah, some of the most powerful people in the world was confused and walking around in a daze. Guess what? Look at today. Once again, he brought them out, gave them the land of milk and honey. They finally got their stuff together. What did they do? Went back to doing the same things again. Put them back in slavery. Boop, here we go. Trip to America. So, in my understanding, and I feel like it was kind of a deliverance. It was hard times, and we went through a lot of struggle to get to where we at. But it was also a deliverance because black people wouldn't have a lot of the things that we have today if we were never delivered from Africa. Think about the oppression that and the life that we could really have if we would have stayed there.
Right,
The
right. Am I
life that
still
we would
messed
be
up?
living if we hadn't got delivered to America and go through some of the things that we went through. We went through a lot of trials, but we went through a lot of trials even with Pharaoh. Pharaoh was killing them dudes, doubling up their work and telling them, look, you gotta go find your own straw to make so that you can make my cinder blocks and build my pyramid. We ain't supplying you no more. We ain't supplying no feed for your animal. We ain't supplying nothing. Go find it on your own. And they still were making a way, struggling, which is
Oh,
like you can look at it the same way with slavery, bro, in America. Them slaves came up with ways to make slavery easier. They came up with
yeah.
the trowel and the plow. They came up with the hoe. They man,
Come on,
them slaves was out there inventing tools, trying to make their
come
life
on,
easier while they was
come on.
oppressed. They was oppressed, making up tools to make their life easier, bro. The same thing when they were coming up out of Egypt. They had to find a way. But God always made a way, but a lot of time we just get confused and start to, I did it. And it
It's
tell
me.
you in the word, I is the biggest block that you gonna ever have. Talking about self did it. What is it? Self,
Know thyself. Gratification.
self vindication. I did it. I did it. I is the biggest block in the world. Cause you the one that stop everything. You the one that start everything. You believe yourself over everybody else when the word is being spoken. You don't believe in your mind. I can tell you anything, why? But if Mr. Nobody, I can tell you anything. But it's on you to believe it. You your first
Right.
step of believing.
Right.
Everything out here, you know what I'm saying, we can tell you, oh man, you the greatest. You can do anything. You can be a millionaire. Until you believe it, it ain't even real. None of that is real until you believe it.
How do I
I,
say now?
self, we have to get out of our own way. We are our biggest block, self.
Please, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Do I sound clear now?
Yeah, yeah. It's, oh shit, I dropped my phone. It's better than what it was a while ago. Uh-oh.
Okay. Well, okay. If I sound just a little bit okay, I'm gonna call you on the phone once we hang this up, bro. I got to get my audio stuff together since I had some stuff die. Man, bro, if you could hear me, bro, I didn't know this was gonna go in this direction. I thought me and you was gonna have more pushback with each other than we do agree. I would say I agree with you. Now I don't agree with everything you said. You know, you had a little bit of Hebrew Israelism in you too, but for the most part, bro. I agree with like 90, 95% of stuff you said, and I didn't think that going into this conversation. So that's the reason why I do shows like this. Like, I already know you, but I try to get to know people and on their worldviews. You know what I'm saying? So we can either burn together and go against these dudes, or we can keep bumping heads until one of us figure out that we right and who wrong. You know what I'm saying? So that's the
Yeah.
reason why I hold these conversations, man. I really appreciate you coming through, bro. Do not let this be your last time coming on the show.
I
I know you told
definitely
me that you
not.
want to start. I know
Definitely
you told me you
not.
want to
I
start.
would definitely come back, man. I was really
Bro, I
nervous
had
at
fun,
first. I didn't know
bro.
if I was gonna be able to hold and keep the conversation, but
Look how lit you is, bro. Freeze. I
God is
see, bro.
good.
I'm
You know
looking
what
at
I'm
you
saying?
right now. Look how lit you. I see it in your face, bro. Look how lit you are lit right now, bro. I'm
Yeah,
loving it, bro. Real talk,
yeah.
bro. I'm
I
loving
like
it.
that was a good wake up. You know what I'm saying? Get up with God.
See what I'm saying? Well, say, man, do you want to tell? Well, first off, tell the chat who you are. Let them know where they can find you. Any other shameless plugs you want to give, bro? This will be the time in the show to go and do it. You know what I'm saying? Give me your
Uh,
information.
well, I'm on social medias, Mr. Freeze. I'm on TikTok. I got a nice little following, but I don't be on there like I should. But I'm gonna start, getting on there and having some of these type conversations and building up my repertoire. You know, I got a YouTube, but I'm gonna have to redo it. I'm about to redo my YouTube page, put up some new beats. Um, the old one is too hard to find. You see how I had you spell that out? That's
Right.
hard to search on YouTube. So I'm gonna have to find another way to put it on
Make it
there so
simple.
people can
Yeah.
find me better. Yeah,
Yeah.
simplify it a little bit. And then uh Mr. Freeze on YouTube or Freeze, I think it is just Freeze. And on Instagram, Facebook, I'm everywhere. But y'all gonna start seeing me more. I'm gonna get on here with Mr. Nobody. He's also gonna help me to start, getting my segment together, and he's definitely gonna be a anytime walk on guest. Anytime you want to come on, you're more than welcome to come on. I don't care what the subject is. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we could talk on a worldwide, a world of views of different things. And there's so much going on in the
Yeah.
world.
Yeah.
You know, you need somebody that you can kind of go to and know that the information is gonna be valid and not just some biased, one-sided, opinionated information, or even if it is opinionated, you know what I'm saying, it's in a way where it's understood and it's not disrespect, and it's a way like, okay, I see your views, and it kind of give you a opening to try to find, another understanding, because a lot of times we be stuck because we just don't look to understand nobody else. We don't take the time to try to understand why people think the way they do. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna give you a little piece of game real quick. I learned this in
Make it tough
sales, but I'm
story.
gonna ask you a question, and this is for the people and this will help you deal with a lot of people in the world a lot more too. So let me ask you this: out of the billions of people on this planet, how many personalities in the world do you think it is?
It's only so many, bro. Okay, let me explain it this way, Freeze, if you can hear me.
Yeah,
I
I hear you.
feel like I feel like personalities, characteristics, stuff like that. It's like when you build your character on an NBA, on an NBA 2K game, right? We all have the same, run fast, jump high, this, that. But you only have so many points to give to each category. So I believe there are no new characteristics and all that stuff. some of us just have more or less based off of the category. Do that make sense to you?
You're absolutely right, because you're gonna be stronger in one than the other. So what if I told you there's only 5 personalities in the world?
Oh, okay, let's go. Yeah. Okay.
5. It simplifies it, and then once you learn these 5 personalities, you also learn how to talk to the person you standing in front of, because you understand how they think. That's one thing they taught me, which is
So
why I was one of the best door-to-door salesmen, because I could see who's standing in front of me, and then I knew how to chameleon myself to be the person that they wanted to talk to that day.
didn't you get me and my wife a job with you? I remember when you was doing that. Didn't you
Yeah,
get
yeah,
us
knocking
all?
doors.
Come
Yeah,
on, man.
I was building a team and trying to get people to go out of town with me,
Yeah,
and man, we made a lot of money. That's where my
we
cousin,
did.
I told you, the one that passed, he was one of my road dogs that stayed running with me, detail sleeping. But I'm gonna give you these 5. You might want to get a pen and write this down. And
Hey,
you
I got the
tell
video,
me,
bro. This on my channel.
oh
This on
yeah,
my
yeah, we
channel.
on
So I
video.
can go
So
back and watch.
if you can tell me after this, you watch back, listen to it, think about it. If you can tell me any other personality in the world, I'm gonna shoot you $20 on Cash App.
Okay, let's go.
So here we go. Number 1. So it's the acronym JBFIT. JB Fit. These are the 5 personalities of the world, or 5 things that make people move. Number 1, Jones effect. You got
Mm.
people that want to keep up with the Joneses, which is why they have their saying. They just want to keep up with the Joneses. Whatever everybody else doing, they want to do it because it's cool. It seems cool. I just want to do it because everybody else
I
doing
want to
it.
follow trends. I want to follow the
They,
trends.
you
Whatever the
got the
trend.
trend
Yeah,
followers.
yeah.
So JB Fit, J Jones effect, people that's gonna move just because everybody else moving. B, be the expert. You got people that's gonna move and gonna listen just because you sound like you know what you talking about.
And
If
don't
you
even
can
know
be
it.
the expert, and if you can explain something the right way, you'll get people to follow you
Come on
just by
now.
being the expert. So we got J, Jones effect. We got B, be the expert. F, fear of loss. You got people that's gonna move just because they feel like they gonna miss
I'm
out.
a
Buy
lose person.
now. You can
I'm
only
a
get
lose
it
something.
here. You can only
Yeah,
get it at this time. They
yeah.
scare people into thinking that they gotta get it at that moment. And so they gonna make a move because they
Impulse
fear of
buy.
losing out. They got a fear of
Impulse
missing
buy.
out. That's
Yeah.
those people that sit outside in the rain for 2 days just to get the new Jordans or the new iPhone, or to get tickets
Right,
to
right,
this show. They feel like they gonna miss out if they don't. That's why they
right.
do it. So you ain't gotta wonder why this fool got a chair sitting out in the rain, because he feel like he gonna miss out. That's the way his mentality works.
Come on now.
Fear of
Come on.
loss. So we got J, Jones effect. B, be the expert. F, fear of loss. And then I, indifferent. The person that argue with you about everything is an indifferent person. You have
Huh.
to make it feel like they made the decision for that person to move. Are they gonna?
Come on.
No, you can't do it. Why I can't do it? That car ain't for you. Why that car ain't for me? You shouldn't move to that neighborhood. Why shouldn't I move to
I
that
gotta get it.
neighborhood? That
I
is an
gotta get it.
indifferent person. So if you need an indifferent person to make a move, you have to make it their idea. I mean, that's a nice house, and you probably could move over there and live good, but I don't know if that's for you. What you mean it ain't for me? And they'll want it more because you making it seem like it ain't for them. That's an
Right.
indifferent person, an argumentative person.
That's right.
And then the last personality is the T. Take control. People that you
You're breaking up, Freeze. Say, freeze. You froze, bro. You froze on me. You froze on me. If you want to go out and come back in, or maybe it's me. Maybe it's not you. No, it's me. It's me. Okay, now I'm right. I'm right. Freeze. You froze on my on the big screen, bro. You need to go out and come back in if you can. Okay, no, I'm right. I'm right. Freeze. You froze on my on the big screen, bro. You need to go out and come back in if you can. Okay, man. Say that's my bro, Freeze, man. Like I told y'all, we've been knowing each other for a while. We just hooked back up a couple of months ago. Kind of lost contact and all that stuff, man. Say, man, I didn't know this conversation was gonna go the way that it went. I'm really happy that it did go the way that it went, man, because now I know the type of subjects to bring my big bro in on, man. I didn't know this was gonna turn into love. You know what I'm saying? I'm just be 100, man. The bro came through. I was literally expecting for him to kind of give me some of the whacked out ideologies that I hear from the people in the conscious community. But I can't even lie. I didn't hear a lot of it. And I told y'all, I stay in Texas, man. A lot of the stuff that I've seen online since 2012, I don't know nobody like that in real life. And I know a lot of people, man, messed up and all that stuff too. I don't know nobody that believe half the stuff that I heard from some of you dudes online. But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I think the brother phone died. He gonna try to come in. If he don't come back in, that's fine, man. For the people who liked what he was saying, hey, uh, holler at me. I can get y'all in contact with the dude. Look, the dude writes songs. The dude produce songs. The dude make beats. He produce beats. The dude got albums out. The dude make videos. Like in the music world, you know what I'm saying? He's definitely somebody that you probably want to be plugged into. And a lot of y'all dudes who know me, y'all do know that I'm in the music world. But for this conscious world that I'm in, this content, this social media, he's just not getting new to this. He's just not understanding that this world exists. Believe me, now that he didn't got his feet wet and he see that this genre exists, and he see that he can contribute to this genre, he's definitely coming. Like he said, he don't got a page yet. He is on social media. He got some social media stuff, but he ain't been like messing with it. Look forward to the brother actually getting out here messing with this social media page, and if I'm messing with his social media page and trying to build a name for himself out here in this community. If you agree with him, cool, go hook up with him. If you disagree with him and want to have a conversation with him, cool. You still can hook up with him, man. This is a good brother. You know what I'm saying? We ain't never had no beef, had no issues. Coming from the streets, let me say that first. Coming from the streets, being street dudes, being leaders of the rap groups that we was over, being the writers for the rap groups we was over, being the voice for the group we was over to go talk to the CEOs, go talk to the president, go try to get our point across. We were those people for other people, man. And now that we are leaving that side of it and coming into this content side and also growing in our spirituality, religion. I know a lot of y'all don't like that word religion, but now that people like me and him have grown in these areas, hey, y'all can look forward to more of this type of content. I think I got the brother Hey Roo coming up next. Y'all know who Hey Roo is, man. He is the pseudo hunter. He hunt all the pseudos, man. I think, if I'm not mistaken, he's going to be my next guest on the type of content that I do like this. I'm not only doing wrestling, which wrestling is the main content. Y'all already know Bible is my life. The type of shows that I want to bring to y'all, I'm still trying to figure that out. Some of them are locked in, like my series, The Conscious Community is Fake, but Wrestling is Real. My reviews of Raw, SmackDown, NXT, AEW, that stuff ain't going nowhere. But I am finna be a little bit more consistent. I'm finna bring on a guest. I'm finna bring on people that y'all may be interested in, and we just finna have fun, man. If you rock with me, I rock with you. I appreciate everybody who tuned in to this video. I am Mama Ducks, Baby Duck, Mr. No Ducks himself, Quack Quack. I am nobody. Always trying to tell everybody about somebody who can save anybody, and that is Jesus the Christ. That was Mr. Freeze. Used to be a part of a group called the Really South, Ice Water Texas Productions. That's what he didn't tell y'all. Go look up Ice Water Productions. If you see the thing that's going along the bottom of the screen, the way you spell ice water is right there in the header at the bottom of the screen. Y'all go type that in, man. Go look that up. The dude got a bunch of beats, bunch of music. stuff like that. Go holler at them, check them out, man. This is, but watch this though, and watch this though. And I'll catch y'all in the next episode. That's peace.